You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the May 12th meeting of the Michigan City Water Works Board. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
I'm going to call to order the Water Board meeting due Tuesday, May 12, 2025. I'm Davis Bush, acting as president, presiding. And for our first item of business, we're going to have an approval of minutes for the previous meeting of April 29th.
I move that the minutes from the April 29th meeting be approved as submitted.
Second.
Excellent. We're going to vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any negatives? Motion carries. We're going for approval of purchase orders. Right ahead.
Yep. All right. We have 9 purchase orders listed. The first is to Midwest Meter. This is meters and transponders for stock for $28,545.60. The next is to McAllister Machinery. It's a 3-year contract for 3 generators for $28,446. The next one is to Fastenal. It's for marking paint, $1,072.80. The next one is to Living Waters. This is replacement parts for our gas ammonia detection unit, which is $1,964.20. The next item is to Countryman Lawn and Landscaping, 6,366 square feet of asphalt repair. This is for the main breaks and stuff that we had over the winter, for $50,928. It's a lot of those. It's a pretty long list. Number 6 is to McCann. This is to repair one of our plate compactors that we use with our backhoes for $2,483.95. The next one is to McCann. This is to repair the other compactor. Both of them broke on us. And this one had a little more damage, and the repair on it is $5,546.29. Number 8 is to Custom Fits. This is an inverter for truck 20. It's a truck that we've had on the road for a while. And for some reason the inverter we never had an inverter installed so that we can have regular electric power out on job sites. So that's being added for $989.99. And number 9 is to Custom Fits light installation for truck 5. This is the van we just bought at the last meeting. It was authorized. And this is the lighting package to put all the safety lights outside and what we need inside as well for $5,509.87.
We'll need a motion and a second on the list of purchase orders.
I'll second it.
We have a motion first.
I'll make the motion. I'll make the motion.
Excellent. We can vote. All in favor of accepting the list of purchase orders dated 5/12/2025.
Aye.
Aye.
Any negative negatives? Good. Motion carries. Going now to the list of claims. Any questions, difficulties, or?
Motion to approve the list of claims dated May 12th, 2025. I'll second it.
Excellent. We'll vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any negatives? Motion carries. We have approval of bad debt list dated May 12, 2025 for bookkeeping purposes only. Motion and second.
I'll second it.
Get a motion first.
Oh, I'll make a motion to approve the list of claims dated May 12th.
Bad debt.
Bad debt.
Yeah, bad debt.
Approval of bad debt list dated May 12th, 2025.
Okay, we can vote. All in favor?
Aye.
We need a second.
Who's the second?
I'll second it.
Okay.
There you go.
This is for bookkeeping purpose only.
Yes.
Approved quote for main extension on Oxford Avenue near Beverly Shores.
Okay. just a brief description of what this project is. You'll see in your packet, number 5, there's a little map, the back. Basically, the property right in the middle, 433-006, that is the person that has come to us, and he's reached out to his neighbors along this route. And there was interest in multiple folks getting together to help pay for this main extension. So they asked me to put together a quote on this. Basically, it's a 770-foot, 6-inch main. This is out in the Beverly Shores area, Oxford Avenue. We currently have a main on US 12, so this would be tying into that main and heading south. The total cost on this project, though, is $200,863. Because we're crossing under US 12, we're required to put the water main in a casing, which drives the price up considerably. As we've done with other projects in the past, this was back while Randy was still here, the department usually would cover the casing portion because it's a huge chunk of the cost. It's a big chunk of cost. In this particular case, it's about $45,000 worth of work as our estimate. So basically, the department would be responsible for the labor, casing across US 12, and a portion of materials equivalent to the 3-year annual refund for the 5 potential customers. I have gone through and recalculated the annual refund numbers because I came across in the rules, it can be by the type of customer and size of meter. So our residential customers that use our 5/8 and 1-inch meters, which is our standard residential, the actual 3-year average is only $624 as opposed to $1,000 that we or $1,100 that we had been using previously. So I dialed back the 3-year revenue refund. So the 6-inch materials and engineering in total was $104,253. The five potential customers total out to a 3-year revenue refund of $3,121.35. So when you take away that $3,121.35, the property owners would be responsible to split the balance of $101,131.65 5 ways. So it would be $20,226.33 each. And then the department would be responsible for $99,731.35, which would cover the cost of labor and the casing to cross US 12. If you remember, well, and this will be new for you, Carla, a couple of years back, we had some folks up in the Michiana Shores area that asked for main extensions. And we were able to agree to do the main extensions even if we didn't have 100% participation, but we had to have over a certain threshold so that we actually got to that point that we were going to have enough money to pay for the main project. In this particular case, because it's such a short project, but it's so expensive per customer, my recommendation is that we would have to have 100% participation. So then my recommendation would be to quote it as calculated with a note that all 5 of these potential customers would have to agree to pay their portion in order for us to move forward.
I think that's a good idea considering we're paying as much as we are. We're taking the load to do it.
Yeah, we're taking a big chunk of it, so, and like I said, that piece about the casing, like I said, that was something that had happened in the past. We hadn't had one of these come across with a casing in recent years, so in the last couple of years, so.
Okay, you need a motion for that?
Motion and a second.
Okay? Anybody?
Make a motion to request it to extend Maine to serve from US 12 to 1620 Oxford, Beverly Shores, Porter County.
Okay.
I'll second the motion. Can you call for a question? I have a question.
Yeah.
So would they have to pay this up front before we even begin the project?
Yeah, I think that would be the best bet
Okay,
in this particular case.
all right.
In the on the previous one, we were able to take written commitments before we started the process, but that was also spread over a larger group of people
Okay.
and a much smaller amount. I think it was around 5,000 apiece, whereas this one's quite a bit more.
We can amend the motion to include a deposit as determined by Chris. Ready? We can vote. All in favor of accepting?
Aye.
Aye.
Any negatives? Good, this motion carries. Now we move down to an approved quote for main extension on Fraser Road in Michigan City.
So if you look at number 6 in your packets, gentleman at 230 Fraser Road would like to get water. This is within the city limits. According to our requirements, he's required to get the water from where it currently ends at, there's a connection point at Muir Road, and this would run all the way to his west property line because he's required to front his entire property. There will only be one 3-year revenue refund in this because the property to the east of him has frontage on Muir, so they're a potential customer already. And then the property to the southeast of him is already a customer. And then the property due south of him is it's a Shirley Hines Land Trust property, so it will never become a customer. So this person doesn't have an opportunity to share this cost with anybody else in this particular case. To get to his west property line, this would be approximately 850 feet of water main. The minimum size for the main would be 6-inch. The department does have in its plans that whenever the main would get put in on this road, it would be 12-inch. So in that situation, the department would pay for the increase in size from 6-inch to 12-inch on materials. The total project cost as 12-inch is estimated to be $152,619. As 6-inch main, it's $145,106. The department would pay the difference between the 12-inch and the 6-inch. The property owner would be responsible for materials and engineering for 6-inch, which is estimated at $110,700. The 12-inch is estimated at $113,917. With the revenue refund applied, the property owner would be responsible to pay $110,075.73, and the department would be responsible for $42,543.27, which would cover labor and the increased cost of materials, as well as the that revenue refund of $624.27. And now I spoke to this potential customer over the phone. I kind of gave him a ballpark figure, and I had forgotten to include engineering in it. So because I looked at a project where the developer had already paid for their own engineering. When the developer pays for their own engineering, we don't obviously charge for any engineering, but in this particular case, we would have to pay an engineer to actually design it to meet the rules of the state. So there would be the extra cost of engineering on this, and that does go to the developer or the property owner that's asking for service.
So there'll be a future appraisal of what that cost is gonna be for engineering?
I already built that into the total cost, yeah.
Excellent.
Can I make a motion to request to extend the main to serve 230 Fraser Road, Michigan City, LaPorte County, Indiana?
I'll second the motion.
Excellent. We'll vote. All in favor of accepting?
Aye.
Any negative? Motion carries. Old business.
I mentioned at our last meeting that we had a couple more tours coming. We do have one more tour coming. The other one was unfortunately able to schedule it out, but we do have some eighth graders coming in from one of the middle schools here in town, and they're going to bus them in a couple of different groups to tour the water plant, and on the same day they're also going to go to the wastewater plant. So it'll be a good opportunity, because usually the kids that come in are younger, like third graders, so
Right.
it'll be a little interesting to see how it goes with middle schoolers. So
Good.
looking forward to it.
Awesome. That sounds very good.
What day are they coming?
I believe next Monday.
I was just trying to see, at what time, do you know what time?
I don't remember the time off the top
Okay.
of my head. I know there's, I know basically it looked like it was mostly morning time activity.
For the old business?
That's all I have this time.
Okay. We'll move on to new business.
I have nothing at this time.
No new business.
There's no public here, so there's no public comment. We'll move to a director's comment if there's any. None? We have a motion to adjourn.
I'll second the motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Good. See, now we got it. We're gonna vote. All in favor?
Aye.
We have adjourned.